Hello everybody, this is Chaos with Thunderdog eSports, bringing you game number 5 of tonight's Top Dog League series. We have MicroGamerZ going up against infNA Gaming, and MicroGamerZ definitely showing their stuff for week number 2 in a row. So let's go ahead and introduce our players. Spawning in the lower left-hand corner here on Yonsu Ladder Edition, it is going to be infNA Gaming's MyDarling.
And his opponent in the top right for MicroGamerZ, the Pink Protoss, it's Hexia.
So, pretty one-sided series, and we finally have our first match where both players are in the same league. So, predictions, thoughts?
Well, they are both Masters players. I believe Hexia is from South Korea, so I don't think this is actually his main account, so it could be his GM on the Korean server for all I know, but, you know, who knows? We've seen Diamonds versus GMs so far, and it's been a little bit unfortunate in that sense, but, you know, maybe MyDarling will turn it around at this point. End it on a high note for infNA Gaming.
Yeah, so, I think in the standings-wise, I think MicroGamerZ is actually currently number 1, so definitely holding their spot. We do have a little bit of scouting going to be going on here shortly once this barracks finish up, making sure there's no proxy funness going on. But we are going to be seeing a Reaper opening for the 3rd time tonight, so...
Yeah, you know, there's really only like kind of 2 kinds of real openings for PvT, and that's, you know, you go Reaper opening, or you go CC first. There's not much besides that you see a whole lot.
Yeah, so pretty interesting game so far. Now, the last 3 games have actually been really quick. You know, let's see, what was it? It was the ZVP on I don't remember which map it was, but you know,
one with Pilly?
Yeah.
That was Frost.
Yeah, so that was the only game where we kind of, you know, got some semblance of a mid game, but we really haven't been able to see. We haven't seen a whole lot of late game action going on tonight, so been a little bit disappointed by that.
No, and pretty standard stuff here from the Terran so far. We see the Reaper going into a React, going into the expansion. Just your standard stuff, and the Protoss, it's a gateway expand.
Yeah, so Hexia's going to go ahead and get in and actually get a scout on that CC, so she's going to, you know, he's going to definitely be in a good position to go ahead and continue on his build as normal. Now, we do have a pretty early second Rax.
Oh, he got probe!
Ooh.
Wow, the Reaper got the probe.
Wow. Atlas.
That is...
So, just for those who don't know, apparently MyDarling is a female player. So glad to see that the other gender has joined the wonderful ranks of this wonderful game.
They finally got their stuff together.
Yeah. So MyDarling's just going to be getting out her 3rd Rax at this point, and actually going to be throwing down on a second refinery. Now, do you, you know, Terrans can play a myriad of ways, and, you know, a lot of times you see Terran players go for kind of like a very low gas counts. What are your thoughts on the second gas coming down pretty quickly?
With the second gas coming down, I think it's probably just going to be, you know, the player wants to get up that factory real fast and then wants to get to the medevac pretty quickly, because really a lot of Terran players will think there's not much of a timing that can be made until you get stim and medevacs out. And that's somewhat true. It takes a lot of micro to make something happen behind that, because obviously Stalkers outrange Marines, but we saw the other Terran player in this series here for MicroGamerZ take that pretty easily against the Protoss, and not bad. We see a little bit of micro fight going on in the middle of the map.
Yeah, so Hexia is going for a blink play, which is probably the more favored play style on this map, just because you've got such a wide open array on, you know, kind of to get into the main So I'll be interested to see how much damage that's actually going to be able to get done, as we do have 3 more gateways being planted down, and that will definitely start to increase the production numbers for Hexia. So
yeah, this is something that if you watched IEM Cologne last weekend, Hero did this against Innovation, did it against Bolt. You know, a big about 5-6 gate blink play on 2 bases, so there is the ability, you know, you can fall back and stay on 2 base. Really the main purpose is just to kill that natural. And with the current situation from the Terran, it could actually do a lot of damage, as Medivacs will be out when the blink attack comes, but there's not going to be much in the way of Marauders on the field.
yeah, I mean, you know, the starport's still got about, 30 seconds till it's complete. Blink is already done. We've got a first proxy pylon going down in the kind of lower right-hand side of the map, and our first 3 stalkers with the mothership core coming out. I'd say Hexia is going to be in a pretty good position to do a little bit of damage here. Now, there are a significant number of Marines and, Marauders just now starting to mix into that fray. So, it'll be... It really boils down to what type of positioning Hexia can get, and whether or not he can get into a good enough position to snipe that command center and then get out.
Yeah, well, if there's another warpin of stalkers here, this could actually just straight up kill MyDarling here. She's gonna stim down the ramp into stalkers, but there's not a bunker actually made into it. Oh, the mothership core. That's an enormous pick off there. There goes the entire army pretty much with that blink micro. It's just, these stalkers just don't die.
Yeah, definitely some very, very nice blink micro coming out of Hexia, as we'll probably be seeing another warp in here shortly now. 2 Marauders being produced at a time with a handful of Marines, but will there be enough? I mean, at this point, with that...
I don't know. I think this might just straight up kill MyDarling here. The lack of bunkers, I think, is a big thing here. She made a big push out to try and kill it right away, and that's tough to do against blink stalkers.
Yeah, so we got some blink micro going in here. SCV's trying to get as much damage done as possible, but only being able to...
Down. This is not a good position for MyDarling.
Yeah. G is going to be called, and MicroGamerZ going to be all killing infNA Gaming, and that is going to end out